All right, now let's continue. So next, let's show one emoji here. Let's assume that we have picked. First of all, we need to see how it's going to be looking like. Okay, so what we can do is let's create one emoji here, but before that, let's also do what we did here. When you long please, we have something. Let's also do the same to this contact message. Okay, so let's go back in the chat list here, and then here you can see that this we are wrapping it with an inkwell. Okay, so let's also wrap this with an inkwell widget. Okay, wrap it with an inkwell, and then on tab on long press we are just going to do the same. Okay, so this one, let's copy that. So already we are passing is me, we don't need to get it inside there. Okay, so let's just do that. Let's do that, and then let's paste that. So I think here, instead of passing this UID and then checking is me, because the reason why we're passing this UID, if we go inside here, this UID, we are passing it in the reactions dialog, which is this UID. The reason why we are passing it is to check if it is my message. Okay, so instead of passing this UID, we can just cut that and then pass let's just name it the same way we did. Where is that? Is my message. Let's copy it, then let's pass the same is my message. Okay, and then here also let's say this is going to be a bool now. Okay, is my message. All right, so that's all. So here what did we say? Okay, name is my message. Let's call it from the widget like that. So okay, we don't have errors here. Now I'm back in the chat list. Instead of saying that, let's call it is my message, and then we are going to pass what is going to come from here, which is going to be a bool, which is going to be is me. Then here we'll pass is me. Right, now when we go back to where we are calling this method, here in the UID we are going to say is me, and then we'll pass is me. Great, so let's copy that and paste it here. Nothing is going to change, the functionality is all the same. Okay, so let's hot restart, and then if we check, you can see that everything is the same. Now if we long place even this one, we are getting that. Okay, so you can see that even depending to this, so maybe let's change this color so that it becomes darker, so that we don't need to change the text color. Okay, so let's go back here, and then on where we are showing a text, where is that? Here, this let's just put it as gray. Okay, or let's give it a shade 500. Let's hot reload, then let's try. Yes, I think that's, no, let's even go more, like 600. A shade let's do 600. Yes, let's hot reload. Now let's do it again. Okay, that's still not looking that much. Let's do 800, 700. Let's hot reload. Let's check. Yeah, I think we can read that message. Okay, yeah, or we can just put it even more dark, because we want that white text to show. All right, I think that's okay. Yeah, but if you want, we can keep it the way it is, and here change also the color to black depending on if he's me. Okay, here we can also just check if it is me, the text color, we can set it to the color that we want. Okay, but I'm just gonna leave it like this. Okay, so now that even this one has got the function, next let's create the container to show here. So for that, let's first come here. So we're going to wrap again all of this inkwell with the widget, which is called stack. Let's wrap this with the stack widget. So the stack returns children. So what I'm going to do is instead of a child here, okay, let's just write it, let's say children, and then inside here, that's where we're going to put that inkwell. Okay, let's cut that, then paste it here. Now we can remove this child, and then after this inkwell we want to put a position widget. Okay, so yeah, you can see that Copilot is suggesting, so let's click tab. So this position is we want to put it somewhere here. Okay, it will be here. So let's put this as -4, and then this can be we can change and see what we are going to have. Right, let's just try maybe 40. Okay, and then this padding, let's remove it, let's put the container. Okay, so let's just give a Copilot a comment, and then it will write it for us. If not, then we will write our own code. So let's say container for reaction. Okay, now let's see if Copilot will create. Okay, so okay, all right, let's click tab. Let's just click tab. So now first of all, let's remove these, and then let's remove these. Okay, let's just have that container for now, because we want to be seeing it always, because we are still editing it. All right, so first the color is correct, and then it's going to have a border radius. So here let's have the radius to all directions. Okay, so here let's say .o, and then radius dot circular, and then let's keep this as 25. Let's just make sure it's round, and then let's also have a box shadow like that. So after the box shadow, down here after this decoration, so let's put the constant keyword here. So after this decoration, we're going to have a child, which is this. Now the child, let's go let's put our reactions here. Okay, reactions. Okay, so here we know that this is a list. Okay, so first let's just put 1. Okay, so let's say reactions dot first. All right, and then the font size we can keep it as 20. So right now we can test this. Let's hot restart. Okay, you can see that it has showed up there. That's how we want one to look like. Okay, so now you can see that it's cutting off here. So to fix this cut off, we need to come here, and then this this padding. Okay, let's also give it a padding in the bottom. Okay, so this bottom, maybe let's try to change it to 20. So reload. All right, so you can see that it has moved up. Okay, if you didn't see it, let me just do it again. Let me take it to 8 and then hot reload. You can see that this was down here, and then now when we change this to 20 and hot reload, it's coming up here. Okay, so now the next thing to do is let's move this side. Okay, then also here it's cutting, maybe we can move it a bit up. Okay, so what we can do is let's come here, let's put something like 90, then let's hot restart. We have something like that. Yeah, I think we want to have it somewhere there, so let's just take it back up. Maybe let's put -2, hot reload. It's moved but not much, so let's try 0, hot reload, Yeah, so now we can see it properly here. Okay, I think even here it's fine. Okay, so the other thing we can do is if it's not fine here, we can just maybe move it like 2. Let's hot reload. Okay, now it's rounded, or if we want we can put 4. Hot reload. Yeah, so now we can see that our reaction, we want our reaction to be there when somebody reacts. We want it to be showing there. Okay, the reason why we are putting it close to here, we might have a short message like hi. Let's send that message. You can see that this is the corner. This is the shortest message we can have, because remember inside the my message widget we have put the limited, the minimum it can go is this one. So we want our reaction to be like this. Okay, but now we can't only have one reaction, we can have a list of reactions. Okay, so they are going to be showing here. So first of all, let's just also review how the list of these reactions is going to be looking. Okay, so here on the position here, remember what we did there. We can have a row here and check on each reaction and put them like the same way if you hold here the way they are looking here, but in that case we want each to be in a circle. Okay, so what we can do is let's create a separate widget for this. Okay, because if we have a reaction like this can only happen in a private chat, 1-to-1. Okay, maybe I'm reacting to my friend's message or they are reacting to my message. All right, but in the group chat we can have a lot of these, like 20 or 10 or 5 or even 50 if the group has that amount of people. Okay, so we can show all of them here. How we want to show them is to stack them. Okay, and maybe only show 5 and then plus the remaining number of those, and then if we want to go further we can even add the click event here so that the user can see who has liked, okay, who has reacted, and what their reaction was. Okay, so for now let's create a separate widget to handle these reactions. Okay, so now let's go inside our widgets here, right click, and then let's create a new file. This one, let's name it as a stacked reactions. So it's going to be stacked reactions.dat. So here let's create a stateful widget. It's going to be a stacked reactions. We're going to name it like that, the stacked reactions, maybe let's say widget. All right, and then now here, or maybe let's just call it it's fine, let's leave it like that. Yeah, stacked reaction widgets. Here let's pass some required arguments. Okay, so first let's pass the size required this dot size, because we may want to change this reaction size. And then what else we need to pass? Instead of passing the reaction, let's pass the message. So maybe let's have the message to be first here, because we know that we are going to be reacting to the message that we have. Okay, let's pass the message. So we are passing the message, the size, and then also let's pass the on tap. Okay, because what we want is when the user taps here, they can see who has reacted. Maybe that's all for now. So here let's have our final message. So this is going to come from message model dot message. Let's have the size, and then let's have the function, which is on tap. Okay, great. So now down here let's start creating our reaction. So first of all, let's create a function here. Okay, so here the function, let's create a widget. So here what we are going to do is let's see, let's have reactions. So what we'll do is let's have our reactions. So these reactions, we are going to put them in the list. Okay, so what we'll do is we are going to get those reactions dot. Now we are going to put them in the first. We are going to say dot as map like that. So let's import these reactions we have right now. Okay, we are using these reactions as a training. First, we want to create the data in the real. After we have created the UI, we're going to get these reactions from the message. Okay, for now let's use the ones that we have created. Okay, so this is going to be reactions dot map dot as map dot map like that, and then here let's put in the value here in the key, let's put our index, and then also after the index let's put our reaction. Okay, all right, now here we need to create this. Let's return what we need to return here. So here what we need to do is all right, so look at what Copilot is already doing. Let's not do what Copilot is doing. Let's create our own here. So first let's have a value which is going to be that container. So let's say final value, this is going to equal to be our container. So these errors are going to distract us. Let's first deal with these errors. Okay, so first we're not going to return this like this. Let's cut it from here, because what we are going to return is the thing that we are going to make here. Okay, so let's cut that and then put them here. This is going to be a final. Let's call it as all reactions. Okay, all reactions. Okay, and then equal to, let's paste that. Okay, now that error is gone, we just need to return these all reactions what we are creating here. Okay, so now here let's create this value which is a container, and then inside this container here let's put first of all the decoration. So for the decoration, okay, it's creating, let's create tab. It's copying from what we have created here. Okay, so just to save time, yeah, that one is correct. That is the decoration that we want. And then next is let's see if it's got the border radius. Okay, so this border radius also, it has put this 20 is for all. Let's again change to 25. And then next, let's see after this, so let's close out this container first of all. Then after this box decoration here, we are going to put a child. Okay, we are going to put a child. So this child, it knows that we want to put it under an inkwell. Okay, so let's click tab. So now this child is an inkwell, and then on top we are returning what we are tapping, which is a reaction. Okay, which we are going to return here. Okay, we don't even need to return here, but let's just keep it like that. We will change it if we need to. And then now here, instead of showing this image that it's doing, let's remove this. What we want to show is the reaction with the reactions that we have there. Okay, so instead of this image, let's have a text, because we know that the reaction is a string. And then we are doing exactly this. And then the size, instead of putting it here, let's call it from our widget. Let's just call it size. Okay, it's what is it? Is it stateful widget? So we need to call widget dot size. Let's just remove that. All right, so we've put our size here, and then let's close this out. So this is going to be our container, and then the size we are getting from the widget here. Next is just to return this what we have put here. Okay, so also here one more thing, I think we don't need the stateful widget here. Let's return it to the stateless widget, so that we are just going to call that size. And then inside here, first, before we call a return statement, I think also let's not tap on each of them, let's tap on everything if we have a list, okay, because this tap event is on each. So let's remove this inkwell. We are going to put the gesture detector down here, okay. Let's remove that. Let's just have it in the padding, or even better, instead of having a padding there, let's remove that padding and then put it as a round. Let's wrap this with another widget called the clip over, okay. This is what we want to use here, okay. And then now here at the end here, first of all, before we get to this end here, we need to return here, is going to be a map entry, the index and the value, okay. And then now after this, so what is the problem here? What's it saying? It wants to close. Let's see, what is it saying here? Okay, let's first finish tap and then we can deal with that. Let's see here, this is where we need to return what we need to return, but before we end it here, we need to say dot values and then to list, okay, because this what we are putting is the list of these all reactions, okay, I mean the reactions that we are getting here, okay. And then here now we need to return because we want that click event, so let's return the gesture detector here, okay. And then now we can call that our on tap here, and then here, okay, Copilot is too smart, okay. Here it has already returned the stack, okay, and then inside that stack it has put these reactions. But now let's not first of all do it like this. Let's just return these all reactions, which are these ones, okay. But for now, let's see what Copilot is doing here, if it's valid, okay. Here the on tap, we're just going to call the on tap on top, okay, on tap like that. All right, so because it's returning a string, that's why it's giving an error. Let's not return anything, okay. We are just going to call that on tap, and then here looks like we are missing some bracket. Yeah, we might be missing some bracket, maybe there. Yeah, so now if it's the way it is, it should work, but I'm not sure about this Copilot code, putting it on a stack and then also running a for loop, because we have already put them in the list, okay. So let's go back to the chat list here where we are calling this text. Now we can call our stacked reactions, stacked reactions widget, okay. So inside here we know that we have a message which comes from, so is this imported? Yeah, it is. So this message, we know that it's coming from our message. We should have a message, or it's coming from the element, and then what else? So do we call it element? It's what? Let's see, the grouped list view starting from where? Okay, here is a grouped list view. Where did we initialize that message? Is me, and then I can't see it. Okay, this is a message list. Where did we initialize that message? Okay, let's just see where we are sending it, okay. So it's actually element. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it's element. Okay, we've already put it. So there we are passing the element, and then what else? We are passing the size, and then on tap, okay. So the size is going to be, let's do size. So this is a double, let's pass a 20, and then we are passing now the on tap, okay, on tap. This on tap is a function. We can decide what to do here. So here we've already said, let's just put commas here. So So on top we want to show the bottom sheet for people who liked. Okay, show bottom sheet with a list of people who reacted. Okay, so this is going to be also a to do. Now we can test this. Let's hot reload. Looks like it's stuck. Let's reload again. Yeah, because I'm not sure with this code from Copilot where is that doing it, putting it in the list again. Okay, not sure about this, so let's check. So okay, it's stuck. It's because of this code here. Here all we have to do is just in the children here, the children of the stack here, we just need to return the all reactions. That's all we need to do here. Now let's hot restart again. Let's just hot restart one more time. Okay, now you can see that if we get inside here, you can see that we have all reactions here, but you can't see them because they are stacked together. Okay, so the next thing that we are supposed to do is just to move the other ones this side. Okay, this is all of them. Now we want to move the other ones this side so that we can see the list. Okay, so to do that we need to go back up here on this container, and then here let's give this one a margin. Okay, and then the margin, let's go edge_insect.only. Okay, so Copilot has put it for us, so we are going to say index times 10.1. so let's see how that will look. So now you can see that it has stacked them together. Okay, so if you want to move it even further, you can just change this to 20. Okay, now you can see how they have been stacked. All right, great. So that's what we want to do, but the other thing, let's I think improve this. So maybe we can also add some padding here. Okay, so after this margin, let's add some padding. So let's keep let's just get 2. Let's hot restart. All right, but that looks fine, but now we have that background. Okay, we don't want that background which looks like it's holding everything together. Okay, so what we can do here is let's see what we need to do here.